What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Let's Play here on Survival Multiplayer server. Yep, I still haven't figured out a name for this series, so I do apologise. But yeah, last episode we was working on the drowned farm, and that went particularly well. We've managed to get 3 tridents, and we've got them all sort of enchanted up, repaired. All of them have mending, and then we've got the 3 different ones. I do believe we've got the Guardian Slayer, which is our standard killing one, which has the Impaling 5, Mending, Loyalty and whatnot. Then we've got our Wave Rider, which has the Riptide, Mending and all the other bells and whistles on, should I say. I'm completely spaced on what I was going to say then. And then we have also got a third one fully enchanted up called the Allspark, and that one's got the channeling. Hopefully you understand the reference, because I absolutely love the Transformers films. So yeah, today what I was planning on doing first of all is I'm trying to take down the island that we're currently based at. Now I need to take it down about another 7 more layers before I actually start laying the foundations for a building. Because what I want to do is, I'm not too sure on the block palette or the build style I want to go for yet. But all that I do know that I want to do is take it down to the sort of ocean level floor, like the surrounding coral reef, and then build up from there with the building structure, whatever it may be, coming up and out of the water. We're going to be wanting to take it up pretty high. I have once again borrowed the beacon off of our trusty friend Steak, and he's finished digging out his slime chunks. He was more than happy enough to lend it to me to start clearing out the island, and it's taken a lot longer than I thought. So what my plan is that I have to keep on rushing off and repairing my tools and whatnot. So I think today we're actually going to go and work on a XP farm, and I've got a beautiful double skelly spawner one fairly close by. It's about a 200 block trek in the water, so it's not too far. So what I'm going to do is head over there and we can get started on that. Alright then, guys, so I finally managed to get over here to the double skelly spawner. We've got one that's actually in the middle of this thing here, which is where I'm getting in and out at the moment. And then we've got another one which is just down there. Now they're at a bit of a diagonal from one another, which is a little bit of a pain. But I reckon that we could probably funnel this guy down here, along here, then up a chute. That one along here, across this way, up a chute, and then swing them both round to a drop zone. Now this blue crystal gem thing, I don't know what this is from, to be honest with you. I think it's like one of the head things from the data packs that they've got. But yeah, this is a spot that you can activate both of these spawners from. It's like this one, that one, that one, and that one. But I'm going to keep this here just so I know exactly where it is we need to be standing, so I know roughly where to do the kill chamber, which will probably be that one, and that one there. And if you've not noticed already, I have got rid of the coordinates in the bottom center of the screen because that was a little bit distracting at times. I've now just got the info up in the top left hand side, and it's also got a real time and biome and whatnot, just bits and pieces of data that you can get from the Ep04 screen, but it's just a lot more convenient and handy to have it in the top left, especially when working with the spawners, because obviously I'm going to be digging tunnels and running waterways for them to go through. So yeah, what it looks like I'm going to have to do is create the spawning rooms, obviously for both of them, the usual 9x9 around the actual spawners, and then wash them all down to one valley and try to get them into a decent enough position. But what I also want to do is actually have the 2 elevators that they're going up either side of the kill chamber, just so that it looks pretty good. And I think it will be like a nice little gimmicky thing to be able to see the skellies as they come in, shoot up, and then they'll drop down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started actually clearing out the spawner rooms. And you know what, we've actually got some garbage in here that we need to get rid of. I've got a chest over near that blue gem just to throw all the random crap that I find around here. And we've got another chest up there. I think I've cleared most of these out, but I think I left like a disc or something in one of them. Yeah, just more flesh, melon seeds, music disc. Yeah, there wasn't great stuff. There's a few of them gem things, and I think some horse armor and just the usual little bits and pieces that you find in them. But I've got a bunch of resources over here with me, so let's just throw all of this garbage in there. That we're not going to need last. So I've got some hoppers, a bunch of wood, bunch of glass, redstone. I've also got some dispensers, or a dispenser, to create some form of a item disposal. Is this my fortune? Yeah, it is. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot that most of this area, all the caves are just flooded with water. So if we go up here, I've had to block it all off to stop the water from flowing in, just so I could make sure that I got the spot right for activating them both. But it's going to make digging out the area fun. What am I doing there? Can we block you up somehow? That'll do for now. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to crack on and get the actual spawning rooms done, get the waterways done, hopefully be able to feed them to the same location, and then once I've cleared out enough room, I'll bring you back once I've made some progress. Alright, so a little bit of time's gone on now, and I've actually made quite a little bit of progress, quite a little bit, completely contradictory in terms, going the wrong way here. So I've cleared out a bit of an area around where our drop chute's going to be, which is just going to be over there, and I've created a little T section with the granite just to indicate where we're going to be dropping them down. Now this one I've already cleared out the room, and we're going to have the standard waterways washing them down to the central point, into here, along here, and then we're going to have the elevator down here shooting them directly up, ready for the drop. And a similar situation with the other one, if I can manage to get out of here. But this one sort of, because it's much higher up than the other one, what we are going to end up having to do is, well, what we have pretty much already done, is the same sort of waterway system, funnel it down to the center, then they drop by about 6 or 7 blocks, but they're going to be dropping into another water stream, so they shouldn't be taking any like full damage from that, he says, hopefully. Then that one sort of wraps around and it comes over this side, and that's where our other elevator is going to be. So when we're standing up there, all that we should be able to see is the skeleton shooting up either side, which I think should look fairly decent. Excuse me. So I've got all of that sort of lined up. Now what I was thinking is, it's a little bit ambitious, but I'm already jumping forward towards the cosmetic side of things before I've even got the farm up and running. But in order to do this correctly, I really am going to have to make sure that there's certain things that get done beforehand, because obviously what I want to do is pretty much what we're doing with the whole theme at the moment is going completely underwater, and a lot of our builds are going to be underwater and so on. So what I was thinking of doing is actually having the entire sort of kill chamber sort of submerged in water. Obviously the drop chute and the elevators are going to be segregated from the sort of flooding of everything, because obviously with the drop chute being flooded, they're not actually going to take full damage, they'll just slowly float down, which is avoiding the purpose of the drop chute. But yeah, otherwise we can probably have it all flooded, and where these are now, in order to get this right, I'm actually going to have to put the blocks in place now. So what I was thinking is, when I put that down, I really actually like the look of the polished granite, which I never have done before. I've never actually used it in a build. So if we have that like that, and we've got the sort of like connected textures for the polished granite and polished diorite, so it looks a lot better than just the sort of blocky forms of it. Can I sort of get some other building blocks? Thank you. Then I want to just say bring that. Is that in the right spot? There it is. Like so. Then we're going to have glass at the front. Do you reckon? Granite all around. We could definitely have granite behind there as well, so that's fine. We're going to have to get some more. I think we're going to have to mine a chunk of that up there just in order to be able to do... what am I jumping into? Just in order to actually do all of this. There we go. So yeah, let's just grab a bunch more of this stuff. Hopefully we don't get flooded doing this. Well, not yet anyway, although that we are planning to flood it ourselves. I don't know how difficult flooding an area like this would be. I know that like one layer is pretty easy to do, just fill all either side with water source blocks and it will fill itself. But does it work the same if you're going up? Or should I build it all the way up and then flood layer by layer? Oh, actually what we can do is flood it like the bottom layer. No, actually flood the very top layer, let the water flow down, and then I think we need to flood the bottom layer, and then we get some more polish. then we can, whatchamacallit, use the kelp for making water source blocks all the way through it, and then just break the kelp afterwards. I think is probably going to be the way to go about it. It's the only way to ensure that it's all completely flooded. So yeah, now obviously we're not going to want the room too tall anyway, but I think one more higher isn't going to hurt. Two more higher, should I say. Just break these. Come on, thank you. And then do a 1 and 2. Yeah, not looking too bad actually, I like that. Do that. And then I'm going to run out of granite again, aren't I? Is that the same height? Or is this one lower? This one's lower, isn't it? So, do one of them. Do one of them. Do that. Oh no, we're just one too short. Oh yeah, but we've got just enough to make them more polished. Happy days. And then we've got a bunch more granite here. So, oh my god, look at the mess I've made. We just cleared this out of the way. Now obviously this thing isn't going to be here, I'm going to be standing up there. So our depth drop is probably going to actually be more in line with probably that. Had a skelly. Maybe the area's not lit up as well as I should have lit up. Yep. Come on, buddy. Oh, come on. There you go. Yeah. Which means I'm going to have to tear up the bottom end of this and probably replace the top. Yeah, so do that, and then where's our glass? Grab some of you. Ouch. And then oh, that was an eerie sound, wasn't it? What is that noise? Sounds like a helicopter. Okay. Then we want to say grab one of you, and then we're going to want our glass layer, say about here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 high, and then we cap it off with some sort of roof. Should be alright. Obviously none of this garbage is going to be here. So we want to go 2, and then 1, and then 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, banging my head. We do that, and then the backdrop's going to be this block, and then we'll probably work out the rest of the details after. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the waterways in place, and I'll bring you back after I sort that all up. Alright then guys, so quite a bit of progress has actually been made. It's actually the following day for me now, and I went back to base and I crafted up all the stuff for little enchantment areas. We've got our anvil, our grindstone for taking enchantments off, got a little chest with some lapis, book and whatnot. And then I've also gone ahead and done a little something back here. I've done a couple of item filters on a hopper chain to filter out the bones and the arrows. So we've got bones going in there, arrows going in there, and then we've got all the junk going in here. We've got a blast furnace sort of situation going on over here where we're using bows as fuel, and then we're running our sort of gold and iron items through them. And then I've also set up this little section over here so we can smelt up kelp while we're in the area, because words again. Obviously when we come to here, we're going to be here for a little while getting XP and whatnot in order to do enchanting or repairing tools. So we can sort of get some kelp and get some fuel on the go, so that way we can just sort of maintain these two without worrying too much about using bows for the fuel. Although we are getting more than enough bows to cover the fuel, but I thought might as well have something else here. As you can see from my levels, this thing's working pretty well. I'm at level 58 so far working on all of this. I've also gone ahead and put a conduit up at the top on the surface. so that way we get the water breathing night vision while underneath the water, because we're going to be submerging all of that down there very shortly. Also done a nether portal, and you can see how close our base is in the nether. So if we just hop through here, that's our base just over there, so it's literally around about a 20 block or 30 block walk from our main base area to the double skelly spawner. Then we've got our drowned farm, which is just over there, so everything's nice and conveniently located. And with us being on top of the nether roof, it's working out really well. But what I thought we can do now is actually begin flooding this place. Now my plan is that we're actually going to open up all of this top section up to the actual ocean itself and let the water come down. When the water comes down, we're then going to use the kelp in order to make it all source blocks, just so that there's no sort of flowing water. And then I may actually open up all of this cavern area, because we're not going to need any lighting, because we're going to have the night vision from the conduit. The only stuff that will be able to spawn down here is going to be the drowned, but I don't think they're going to be too much of an issue if we open it all up. I'm hoping they're not, but it's very rare that I'm actually at a spawner and going AFK, because we're going to be manually killing them anyway for the XP. We're going to have to be sort of semi-conscious to be able to do that. So if we head on up here, and now the plan is that we're going to need to take it out, but we're not going to want to flood the nether portal. So we've got, what, around about a good 3 block radius there. So let's go with, say, 1, 2, 3, it's over here. That's our conduit just there, sitting up at the top, so we don't have to worry about dying from suffocation. And that's my phone, because as usual I've always forgotten to put it on silent. Yeah, my bad. So let's just start clearing all of this, and hopefully I've sort of calculated everything alright. So we've got defense gates in front of the nether portal, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then we should just be able to run this all the way down. We are going to have to be a little bit careful when it comes to getting close to where the skellies are going up in the elevator and obviously coming down. But also what I have done is I've gone ahead and collected a bunch of the coral reef stuff. Obviously not from the coral reef around our main base area, because we don't want to go ruining that. I want that to still look as nice as it does currently. But I have collected it from nearby this area. Okay, so I guess that section is not part of it really, which is good. So yeah, what I've gone ahead and done, oh my god, I'm getting thrown all over the place here. So we have got some of that stuff sitting here, so we've got the coral fans, a bunch of the coral, and then we've got bone meal obviously from the bones, so that way we can sort of get some seagrass growing. And I just want to make it look very sort of aquary feel, but it's going to take me a little while to sort of mine all of this down. I've got to make sure that it's close enough, so we've got 3 blocks going that way that we've got to do. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to flood the area, and once I've got all the decorations in place, rather than wasting your time watching me do this tedious business of going up and down, I'm going to get that all filled in, decorated, and I'll bring you back for the finished product. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you back in a bit. So a lot of time has gone by. It's actually the following day for me now, and a lot of work and time has been put into making this look nice. And oh my god, clearing it out from the surface level all the way down to where it was a bit of a nightmare, but I have actually gone ahead and I've gone full pelt on it and done the entire job rather than more jump cuts for you. And plus the video is probably dragging on a bit, so I wanted to get it all done and out of the way with before bringing you guys back. And I'm quite happy with the way that it's turned out. Now what I've gone ahead and done is I've tried my best to get rid of all of the straight edges as it was going down, because that was looking like really janky. So what I've done is sort of done graduated sort of cave style walls going up and down the sides. I've taken down this corner because this was a straight corner where our nether portal is. And then as it comes down, we have got this very straight bit here. But what I did try to do is do an indent on this corner here, just to make it look a little bit more naturally formed. And then I curved out that edge back there, and I also replaced this wall with glass, so that way we can see our spawner all working. Unfortunately the other spawner is behind our actual drop chute, otherwise I would have had that one on display, but that would have mean trying to build a flooded area from where our storage room is, because the other spawner is just back there. Yeah, and we've got our storage and kelp smelting and whatnot's that going on in there. So I'm quite happy with the way that's turned out. But I've gone ahead and decorated it with coral, and I didn't realise this, that on the Java edition, have I got any bones over here? There we go. Yeah, this, I don't know if it's a thing on Bedrock at the moment or not. I know that it wasn't when I was last playing it, but if you just bone meal the side of a wall, you get these fins. Now, in the Bedrock edition, there was no way of getting them fins other than silk touching them from the coral reefs. But the fact that you could just do this, so it's looking quite colourful. I may have gone a little bit overboard with it, but I much prefer it looking nice and bright. And although it is a ridiculous amount of time to spend working on the cosmetics of just a double spawner farm, and the fact that I'm pretty much going to be the only one using this, you can't bone these. Bone these? Nope. You can't. Oh my god, can't believe I said that. You can't bone mill the sea pickles on stone. They have to be on coral in order to multiply. I can't believe I said I can't bone these. Yeah, so this is all pretty much done and dusted now, and I am in desperate need of repairing my tools. I almost lost my pickaxe twice doing this. And yeah, so I need to repair all of my tools and get ready for probably the next episode, because I actually want to do a little bit of work over on our island in the next episode, because we're making progress in all different areas but none whatsoever on our main base. Is a little bit insane. So I'd like to make some form of progress over there. I have been taking down the island down to the sort of sea level floor. Not sea level floor, the sea floor level is what I was meant to say there. But yeah, I've said that around about 40 times now, so I'm trying to think of what to say, but I should just round up and end the episode. So yeah, I'm going to stay here and repair all my tools and get that all ship shape ready for the next episode. And hopefully you have enjoyed this one. I should really take off my armor before doing this. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.